Hi there and welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Save with Crypto is the YouTube channel. It's also the name of the X account as well. So do follow me on X as well as YouTube. Okay, so I've been talking about crypto.com for I think 4 years now, possibly 5, because I got my crypto.com rose gold Visa card back in 2020 when I lived in France. And I've now got a UK version as well. So I've been using crypto.com pretty much every day for 5 years. I don't think I can say that about anything else in the crypto world. So overall, I'm bullish on crypto.com. Now, a lot of people are worrying at the moment because they decided to burn, I think it was 70 million, whatever, a lot of the CRO token, and then now they've decided to unburn it. Okay, so this is something I'm not familiar with. I don't know why you would do that unless you had no money and you wanted to raise some money somehow. Crypto.com don't have a lack of money. It's a very lucrative business and they do very well. So I don't think that's the reason. But anyway, people are really worried about the price. So I've been looking around, to see if anyone else has any opinions about it. And then I spotted that Dewalt, I don't know if you know him, he's a trader from South Africa. He's a friend of Andy Bitcoin Census. He's a really good analyst, really good trader. And someone asked him to review CRO, and he started off by saying that he's not a fan of CRO, and that was for technical reasons more than fundamental reasons. But it's really worth listening to what he says. A lot of it's to do with Elliott wave analysis, which I don't actually understand fully. But have a listen to this anyway, see what you think.
Okay, looks like it's breaking out. You can wait for some high time frame candle closes above. I think if you can just close many candles above this trend without taking the low, right? Because you potentially have a contracting diagonal over here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is ABC. There's a chance that it's going to break out. Okay, as long as it doesn't take this low. This little mini structure here on the 4-hour actually looks like a nice little impulse. That's your 5-wave structure. This is your corrective structure, and now you want to close some candles above. Remember, if this is 1 and this is 2 and it's now going to build a 3rd wave here to the upside, it's going to rock and roll. Okay, so this is a good place to build a position for a breakout to the upside. And maybe let's see, from a trend-based fib extension perspective, yeah, I mean, minimum target or a good target, you're looking at the 1.618 at 11 cents. Just from this structure, just this little structure can take you there already. Okay, but then you can see you're hitting resistance. Look at this resistance. So if you're playing this little trade, that's a good profit taking area. Okay, but from a spot bag perspective, this is the zone where you want to load up and just hold for that potential altcoin season and maybe take a little bit of profits on the way up. Okay, this is still a nice little significant move here to the upside. So from where price is now to, that's 31%. That's insane. It's still not in a swing position territory for me because stop loss is too far. Yeah, 12% stop loss. 3x, 2x leverage. Yeah, I like this structure. I really like this structure. I'm not going to go into smaller time frames to count if there's 5 waves in each structure, if it's a valid structure, because we all know this could also be an A, B, C, and it falls back down. Okay, and this is why you need to trade with stop losses. I think if price finds upwards momentum here, you can move your stop loss and protect yourself, de-risk your position. Right, but Mr. Godfather, Crow actually looks good. It was close. When I looked at the structure on the daily, I almost thought these lows took the low. But now, when I zoomed in, I was like, okay, there's a chance. There's a chance. Look at this beautiful breakout. And it just accelerates. So, once it breaks out, it literally just takes off like a rocket. So, Crow looks good.
Okay, so the technical side of it looks great. However, there is the looming elephant in the room, which is to do with the 70 billion token burn they did in 2021, and now they want to reverse that. and I thought I'd ask my new friend Grok what Grok thought about the token mint, if you like, and how that could affect the price of CRO. This is quite interesting, I think.
The reminting of 70 billion CRO tokens is a massive shift in the tokenomics of CRO, and its impact on the price is a hot topic with a lot of moving parts. Let's break it down. First off, the remint effectively reverses the 2021 burn, taking the total supply back to 100 billion from the current 30.26 billion. With about 27.39 billion circulating. Basic supply and demand suggest this could put downward pressure on CRO's price. More tokens in circulation typically dilutes value unless demand spikes to match. There's already evidence of this. Reports noted CRO's price dropped over 3% immediately after the vote to remint, reflecting market skepticism. That said, Crypto.com's plan is to release these tokens gradually over a 5 to 10 year vesting schedule, held in an escrow wallet. This slow drip could limit short-term inflation, but the sheer scale, 70 billion tokens, is a looming overhang. If investors perceive the supply as ballooning too fast, confidence could erode, especially since the 2021 burn was sold as a permanent scarcity driver. Community trust is shaken, with some holders on X venting about potential devaluation or even calling it a scam move. That negative sentiment can weigh on price as much as actual supply changes. On the flip side, Crypto.com argues the remint funds big ecosystem growth, AI tools, DeFi projects, NFTs, and a possible CRO-based ETF. If these initiatives boost platform adoption, Crypto.com's user base grew from 10 million to 140 million recently. Demand for CRO could rise. More users staking, trading, or using CRO for payments could offset dilution. For example, their Visa card and Earn program lockup tokens, reducing circulating supply in practice. If they pull off something like an ETF, connecting CRO to institutional money, that could be a game changer, potentially driving price up long term. But here's the catch: execution matters. If these projects flop or don't deliver tangible value, the extra tokens could just flood the market, especially if validators or early recipients dump. Plus, critics point out that CRO's utility is heavily tied to Crypto.com's walled garden, so broader market adoption isn't guaranteed. Posts on X suggest some investors are wary, with one predicting CRO could dip to $0.02 by 2028 if demand doesn't keep pace. Market data adds context. CRO's market cap is around $2.9 billion now, with a fully diluted valuation of $0.27 billion if all 100 billion tokens were in play. That gap shows the market's already pricing in some dilution risk. Combine that with Crypto.com's history of pushing through controversial votes. Reports say they control 70-80% of voting power, and you get a recipe for volatility. So, my take: short term, the remint likely keeps CRO under pressure, especially if community backlash festers or broader crypto markets stay shaky. We've already seen a quick 3% drop post-vote, and more could follow if selling accelerates. Long term, it hinges on Crypto.com's ability to deliver on their roadmap. If they can drive insane demand through new features or institutional adoption, CRO could hold or even climb. But if they stumble, the extra supply could drag it down hard. It's a high-stakes bet, and the market's watching closely.
So there you go. That's what Grok thinks. So there you go. That's what Grok thinks. I mean, the price is down a lot. It has been as high as $1, and it's now 8 cents. My personal strategy with this is to just keep using my rose gold card, get the 3% rewards every time I buy something, and hopefully that CRO will be worth a lot more one day soon. I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Do remember to give the video a big fat like, and above all, tell your friends.
Save with Crypto has to be one of the best YouTube channels that the United States has ever seen. Kamala Harris is not a subscriber, but I am. I have notifications set to all as well. I'd strongly suggest you subscribe to Save with Crypto today. Above all, you should tell your friends.
Save with Crypto is not a financial advisor. He just makes ice cream on the internet. If you cannot find someone to do your own research, you must do it yourself, just like I did not.